Hello and welcome to Finance Conversation. This is Emerging Life and Money Show, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. As I mentioned last week, in observance of Black History Month, I will be running a series that celebrates financial wellness in the Black community with a special focus on professional women. I am glad that you decided to join me as I'm about to embark on an exciting journey of self-discovery. And I will be exploring the incredible resilience and fortitude of Black women in business and finance. Excuse me. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm telling you, you are in for a treat, as you will all benefit from it, whether you are allies, advocates, or simply those with a passing interest. I promise you, today, you will be inspired by these powerful female figures driving meaningful changes into these industries. Welcome to the Emerging Life and Money Show. Today, I will talk about the reality of Black women in business and finance, and I will uncover the incredible power of Black women in business and finance. I will address their remarkable successes. I will explore systemic barriers and discrimination they have overcome. Then I will talk about ways to create an equitable future for everyone. So before I get into it, let me introduce myself. For those of you who do not know me, I am Mary Jo Caesar, your money mentor and host. And folks, I am taking the power back by helping professional women take control of their finances. So get ready to learn how you can embrace financial wellness, from acknowledging and getting rid of your money blocks to budgeting essentials and recognizing that living well is not an expense, but a right. So thank you for joining me today. Well, I come to you live every Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to share tips, tools, techniques, inspiration, motivation, and to give you valuable information about how to achieve financial wellness and live your life with means and meaning. Now, let me talk to you about the essence of the Emerging Life and Money Show. I strongly believe that women everywhere have the power to transform their lives and fulfill their potential by harnessing financial knowledge. And as a result, this show is totally dedicated to unlocking this opportunity for as many women as possible, helping them build brighter futures with related money matters at the core. So grab a pen and a notebook as you would want to take some notes, share them and talk about them with your family members, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, and more. Because by sharing, you will help create a brighter future for everyone and make an impact on the world. So if you are listening on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or any other major podcast platform, I welcome you. I am so glad you joined in today. So let's get going. Despite the progress made in recent years, Black women still face many obstacles when it comes to attaining success in business and finance, from outright discrimination and lack of access to resources to the implicit biases and structural issues that prevent them from reaching their full potential. There is much that needs to be done before true equality is achieved. So today, I will explore the reality of Black women, as I said to you, and I will highlight both the challenges they face as well as their inspiring achievements. And I will focus on 3 points: the historical context and the challenges of Black women in business and finance, the triumphs and success stories that they have, and I will look at solutions and recommendations for improving equality. But first, let's give the show some context. The truth is that when it comes to business and finance, Black women are facing an uphill battle. They are often faced with discrimination, racism, and sexism at every turn. They have limited access to resources such as capital, mentorship, and education, right? So, which makes it difficult to achieve success. And on top of all of this, there are still systemic issues in place which make it even harder for Black women to make it in the world of business. But guess what? Even with the barriers they face, they still manage to make impressive achievements, from starting their own businesses to creating innovative financial initiatives and becoming CEOs of major companies. Black women possess a drive and ambition that cannot be denied or ignored. Unfortunately, these successes are often overshadowed by the challenges they face in those fields. Therefore, it is essential to recognize the reality of these issues if we want to create real change in how finance and business work for Black women. That is why it is so important that we keep talking about this subject, and not just among ourselves, but also with those who can help bring about change. Because with more awareness comes more action, and hopefully someday, true equality for Black women in business and finance will become a reality. So let's start with the first point of today's show, the historical context and the challenges of Black women in business and finance. So from slavery to segregation, Black women have navigated centuries of discrimination in their quest for financial independence. Yet, despite the grave injustice and heartbreaking obstacle they have faced, so like lack of access to education, limited job opportunities, pervasive prejudices, and more, these resilient pioneers have persevered with relentless determination, refusing to be hindered by history's wrongs or bound by modern-day limitation. This fierce group continues to strive towards economic achievement and stability. I could tell you, a glittering testament to human courage. And even after slavery was abolished, Black women continued to face systemic discrimination and exclusion from basic rights, and these included limited access to education, limited access to housing, and limited access to employment opportunities, which made it almost impossible for them to achieve financial stability or independence. However, determined not to let these obstacles stop them from achieving their dreams, they found ways of developing businesses in spite of the odds against them. So these brave pioneers became skilled entrepreneurs and built successful midwife services, catering services, dressmaking studios, and the list goes on, all providing a vital source of income for their families while improving their communities at the same time. I would also add that becoming savvy entrepreneurs with unique skill sets developed over centuries of oppression, Black women are transforming into powerful forces for independence in our society today. So, although faced with many barriers and difficulties, Black women of the 20th century continued to prove their resilience by persistently pushing forward in pursuit of business and financial success. And as a result, today we are seeing an ever-growing movement flourishing with entrepreneurs and leaders alike that is firmly established on creating more economic opportunities for Black female citizens. This inspiring surge speaks volume to this group. passions, these groups' drive and courage, ultimately working toward shattering any limitation, preventing them from investing in themselves and constructing strong foundations for future generations. Also, the untold story of Black women in business and finance is one of resilience, one of determination, and one of progress. A narrative that should continue to be shared with future generations, because by uniting together, we can create an equitable society for all, where everyone has the same opportunities and resources to pursue their ambitions, regardless of race or gender. So let us celebrate these incredible stories from the past while creating hope for brighter days. I will say that it is a fact that by igniting a spark in the next generation of Black women, these industry leading figures are making waves by providing invaluable support to those striving for success simply because they offer powerful stories and advice that pave the way to an inspiring future with improved equity on where everyone can strive. So before moving to the next point, let me take a few moments and look at some stats. Black women are at the forefront of entrepreneurship, with 50% growth in business ownership between 2014 and 2019. So despite this impressive milestone, though, only 3% of Black women run mature businesses due to education disparities and financial access issues. Nonetheless, their presence is inspiring more diverse representation among entrepreneurs, as 46% of all Black-owned enterprises come from female founders. But when we look more closely at this success story, it is clear that Black women are leading the charge. And what's even more impressive is that 17%, almost a fifth, 1/5, are still actively starting or running their own businesses. Amazingly enough, these pioneering entrepreneurs continue to power through adversity, and despite unfavorable odds, they are rewriting what it means to be a successful business owner today. However, they still face barriers that limit their success and representation in the industry. And despite immense entrepreneurial talent, Black women entrepreneurs face an alarming obstacle when it comes to business growth, a shocking lack of access to capital. Not only does this hinder their opportunities for success, with only 0.2% of venture capital funding available. Such tight restrictions are practically strangling the potential for these businesses and leaving many talented female founders in danger of fading away because they have had a chance to make their mark on the world. Well, folks, it is time we put our money where our mouth is and provide meaningful support so that hardworking women, Black women, can reach their goals and fulfill every ounce of ambition within them, while they are very aware of the fact that Black women are a powerful force in finance and business, yet their significant contribution to the industry is unfortunately met with underrepresentation at senior management levels and on companies' board. So this lack of representation holds back opportunities for professional advancement within these fields, basically robbing Black women from exercising their vital influence over policies essential for financial security. Notwithstanding the disparities between Black women leaders and their counterparts, we are seeing a movement of inspiring African American entrepreneurs who are turning the tide. So for organizations like Black Girls Code to initiatives such as the National Association of Black Women Entrepreneurs, These remarkable trailblazers are rallying together to create equitable opportunities for everyone in their community. They are not stopping there. They are boldly sharing expertise and promoting diversity within business and finance fields while charting a new path through tenacity. Furthermore, Black women have overcome enormous barriers and achieved tremendous success in business and finance. From showing the world their ambition, their drive, and their determination, to boldly inspiring future generations, these resilient pioneers are unstoppable forces of excellence that remind us of what is possible with a little hard work. And even in the face of unprecedented challenges, Black women have remained resilient and triumphant within business and finance. From Titan to Trailblazers, these successful forces defy adversity and open up doors for others that follow, proving that anything is possible with determination. I will also add that it is time to create meaningful pathways for Black women in business and finance because, despite their contribution, they are too frequently denied access to the networks and resources that could help them thrive professionally. In my opinion, this is due mainly to a lack of representation at leadership levels. Okay, this has real consequences such as inhibiting growth opportunities, I should say, as well as preventing connections with influential mentors or sponsors capable of providing valuable guidance on career advancement. Consequently, it is essential that we take concerted actions now so these invaluable members of society can reach new heights both inside and outside the industry. Actually, this lack of diversity and inclusiveness within business and finance networks have created a systemic barrier for Black women, which prevent them from accessing the same resources as their peers. So this hindrance to connections, to relationship building, and networking is leading to significant limitation on success opportunities for them. So together, we must make an urgent commitment to embrace inclusion in order to achieve true equity. It is time to create meaningful pathways so that all members of society can advance. I will add that, though, that despite these challenges, strong-willed women are breaking barriers to shape a more equitable industry. And organizations like Black Women Talk Tech, the National Council of Black Women Businesses, and the National Council for Women's Enterprises provide resources and support networks, allowing greater accessibility and representation within business and finance sectors. Other challenges faced by Black professional women in business and finance are stereotyping and bias. Despite their hard work, despite their dedication, despite their education, Black women in business and finance face significant challenges due to the deeply entrenched stereotypes that limit the opportunities for career advancement. From being overlooked during promotion or passed up on important assignments to outright discrimination. Okay? These outdated prejudices obstruct Black women from achieving success at every stage of their careers. It is time we come together as a society to break down long-standing barriers so all individuals can have an equal chance at reaching professional greatness. However, despite the institutional bias Black women in business and finance face, there is a powerful group of resilient individuals while shattering negative stereotypes to reach success. So these courageous trailblazers have overcome workplace harassment, condescension, and exclusion through determination and strength, leading their industries with confidence while paving the way for future generations. They stand as an example that anything can be achieved when you don't allow yourself to be limited by barriers or prejudice. Which lead me to the second point, the triumphs and success stories of Black women in business and finance. Well, Black women who have been successful in business and finance, despite having to go through hard times, are an inspiration. I have a few examples that I will share with you today. As a pioneer over her time, Sarah Breedlove, better known as Madame C.J. Walker, paved the way for African American female entrepreneurs to create success and wealth in early 20th century America. Okay, so through dedication and unbeatable business acumen, she developed one of the most successful beauty product line ever created by producing much needed products that catered specifically to Black women's needs, changing hair care forever. Oprah Winfrey, from humble beginnings to becoming one of the world's most successful women, Oprah has broken countless glass ceilings and paved a path for current and future generations of Black females in business. Her determination, her resilience, and her hard work have shown that despite challenges posed by systemic barriers or discrimination due to her race, success is achievable with perseverance. So she stands as an inspiring example of what can be achieved through ambition. Her empire includes, as we all know, talk shows, production companies, magazines, and television networks, clearly. Furthermore, she uses her platform to empower other Black women, making our futures brighter each day. 3, Ursula Burns, a true trailblazer. In 2009, she made history being the first Black woman to become CEO of a Fortune 500 company by taking charge at Xerox Corporation, an incredible feat that had never been accomplished before. Her journey was not an easy one. It was filled with obstacles and biases that only strengthened her powerful message that nothing can stop you from achieving your goals when you're armed with determination and perseverance. It is a strength which has allowed Ursula Burns to successfully advocate for diversity in business and finance while inspiring other Black women along their own path towards success. 4, Roberta Gilchrist is proof that success can come despite facing discrimination. As a leading expert in archaeology and the first Black woman to become Vice Chancellor of a UK university, she has fought hard against racism and sexism, inspiring other women within academia as an example of what is achievable with courage, determination, and resilience. 5, Mellody Hobson is a true trailblazer who has risen to great heights and shattered glass ceilings. As president of Ariel Investments, one of the largest Black-owned asset management firms in America, she leads by example with an incredible success story, transforming herself from an intern into a top executive, despite facing many hurdles throughout her career journey. 6, Tamara Walker is an inspirational leader in the world of finance, having taken on final hardship to become a business trailblazer. As founder and CEO of Credit Journey, she helps individuals take control over their credit scores with her revolutionary technology, all while empowering other Black women entrepreneurs along the way. She's truly setting standards for those daring enough to break barriers and create something that improves people's life. 7, with relentless ambition, Kathy Hughes revolutionized the media landscape in 1980 when she founded Radio One, now one of the most powerful Black-owned companies in America. So despite various hardships that threatened to derail her success, Miss Hughes persevered and has forged an impressive empire rooted firmly in the U.S. culture today. 8, Shonda Rhimes is a titan of the entertainment industry, conquering obstacles such as racism and sexism to become one of the most successful storytellers in television. She has created some of this century's most beloved shows, from Grey's Anatomy to Scandal. Her work has earned accolades for its compelling characters, gripping storyline, and captivating plots. So by fearlessly inspiring millions with her creative vision, Shonda will be remembered forever. 9, former mayor Keisha Bottoms is living proof that dreams can become reality. These barriers-breaking former judge and attorney has achieved success despite many obstacles as she became an inspiring leader in both politics and law for Black women everywhere. 10, Folorunzo Alakija is an inspirational powerhouse. She started with nothing but ambition and pushed through all of life's hurdles to become one of Africa's wealthiest women. Her exceptional business acumen in both the fashion and oil industries have made her a true force to be reckoned with, which is a testament that anything can be achieved if you put your mind to it. 11, throughout her incredible career, Angela Davis has fearlessly defied discrimination and political persecution while speaking out on behalf of social justice and championing human rights. An esteemed professor, an activist, and an author acclaimed in the field of critical theory, cultural studies, and feminism, Angela Davis is a true role model whose courage is unparalleled. And I will add that from their humble beginnings to commanding heights of success, it is important to honor the inspirational stories and accomplishment of Black women in business and finance. For embracing them will propel a more equitable future with enhanced access for everyone to pursue those dreams, befitting recognition that such ambition knows no boundaries or gender classification. Now, let's explore some examples of businesses and finance initiatives funded by Black women. Well, folks, I will say that Black women are on the rise. There is an unprecedented number of companies and financial initiatives funded by Black women, okay? I identified a few of them, just a few. 1, the Black Women's Wealth Alliance, founded by Tonya Rapley, is a community of Black women committed to building wealth and financial literacy through education, networking, and mentorship, I should say. These entrepreneurs not only create jobs, but also provide vital resources for their communities. Their initiatives have established an inspiring ripple effect of economic growth with incredible potential beyond what we can imagine today. Black and Bold, funded by Pernell Cesar and Rod Johnson, is rewriting the narrative of specialty coffee businesses. These two individuals empower small-scale farmers in underserved communities by creating jobs, by stimulating economic growth, and by providing essential services. So all while delivering excellent quality products. So with their unique business model, prioritizing social impact over profits, Black and Bold proves that companies can be a true force for good in the world. Myavana is revolutionizing the hair care industry with a virtual platform and customized services geared toward Black women, funded by Talia Wajid. Myavana seeks to combat lack of accessible and affordable hairstyling options for these individuals and their go-to personal stylists in an easy and convenient format. So by leveraging technology to improve upon traditional industries like beauty, Myavana is proving that everyone should have access to essential services, regardless of backgrounds or budget, thus empowering people everywhere. 4. Digitalundivided is championing the success of Black and Latina women all over the world. Funded by Catherine Finney, this organization provides essential resources for female entrepreneurs that focus on driving growth, creating equity, and a brighter future through inclusion. 5. She Capital was founded by Kimberly Flowers. Kimberly believes that investing in tech companies led by female entrepreneurs of color can lead to remarkable breakthroughs and long-term success, but it requires essential resources and support from investors like you. So by investing in She Capital, not only do you increase your portfolio's potential for growth, more importantly, you make a lasting impact on human progress. 6. The Black Wealth Bootcamp was founded by Kelly Bawire. The innovative program provides essential education, resources, and support for Black women so they can get empowered financially. 7. The Black Girls Invest, founded by Tiffany Allyship, is a community of Black women who are committed to investing in themselves, their community, and the future. The community provides education, networking, and mentorship to help Black women understand and navigate the world of finance and investing. So the Black Girl Invest is a great example of how community can come together to support and empower each other and to help create a more equitable and inclusive future. I will end this point by saying that Black women are leading the way for change and making a positive difference through their innovative business and finance initiative. So in recognizing them, we can create an equitable future where everyone can pursue their dreams in business and finance without any barriers and limitation. So let us come together to show our support of these inspiring stories that prove Black female empowerment. Now, let's take a look at the third and final point for today's show: solution and recommendation for improving equality. To ensure success and progress for Black women in business and finance, we need to take action. That is why it is essential to identify creative solutions to recognize the unique needs of this community. So while taking into account meaningful research data, let's uncover some existing possibilities together. I will first look at the role of allies and advocates in creating change. I will tell you that fighting for fair representation does not have to be a solitary mission, okay? Black women are becoming a powerful force in business and finance, yet they remain tragically underrepresented in leadership roles. And I believe that we can bridge the gap between Black female entrepreneurs and their white counterparts through meaningful allyship and advocacy. Praising work product, defending when necessary, elevating to senior position, and connecting them with mentor for career advancement opportunities. I will repeat that it is time we take meaningful steps toward creating lasting change. I believe that companies have an opportunity to create a more equitable future for Black women in business and finance by rising up against implicit biases present within their corporate culture. This could be achieved through educational programs that promote diversity, through mentor networks exclusive for Black women, or initiatives built upon the pillars of inclusion. Because by advocating for change and providing guidance on professional development opportunities, Black women can be equipped with the tools they need to succeed in their career goals. Moreover, exploring allyship is essential if we hope to bring forth positive change. To do this requires, stepping outside our comfort zone, speaking out when we recognize bias or unequal treatment, and discarding damaging stereotypes. I will also add that accepting privilege comes with other responsibilities beside words of support and likes on social media platforms. Okay? And allyship should not be seen as something fleeting, but rather as a continuous commitment towards creating impactful improvement. And remember that as allies and advocates, we possess the power to forge a narrative in business and finance that breaks down negative stereotypes of Black women. So now, let's look at support and resources available to Black women entrepreneurs and professionals. Black women entrepreneurs and professionals face systemic oppression within the business and finance industries, but with access to vital resources, right, including capital through loans or investment specifically designed for their businesses, they can defy barriers, they can reach new heights of success, and they can realize their full potential. Also, Black women entrepreneurs and professionals have a powerful tool to empower their success, and that is mentorship and support. So these invaluable resources can equip them with the skills, the connection, the advice, and opportunity finding capacities needed for taking their businesses to new heights. So from specialized organization providing one-on-one guidance, through networks of like-minded business owners offering valuable insight into growing fields, Black female entrepreneurs are given access to a selection of solutions designed specifically for helping forge brighter futures. And as a matter of fact, there are a number of powerful organizations offering exceptional networking opportunities tailored specifically for them, with resources that could be pivotal in helping build successful businesses. In fact, government offers programs and initiatives that directly support Black women, entrepreneurs, and professionals in order to create a fairer and more equitable business landscape. So from financial aid specifically designated toward their businesses, as well as workplace policies promoting diversity and inclusion, this assistance can be instrumental in eliminating the systemic obstacle faced by Black female professionals throughout numerous industries. Another fact is that financial institutions are offering specialized loans to suit Black women's entrepreneurs and professionals' needs, while venture capitalists and angel investors acknowledge that these businesses possess tremendous potential for growth. Therefore, with this much needed support, Black women can now turn ambition into success. So it is a good time to note that when the stars are aligned, the universe comes through, and to give these talented innovators access to vital resources. And then the possibilities are exponential. So the last bit that I want to address are the strategies for overcoming challenges and promoting diversity and inclusion in businesses and finance. Yes, it's almost 40 minutes that I've been talking. The lack of diversity in business and finance is a serious issue that must be addressed if we are to create a more inclusive industry for all. Black women face systemic discrimination and biases, which can make it more difficult for them to achieve success in this field. Fortunately, there are strategies that can be employed, okay, to help promote diversity and inclusion in business and finance, as well as to help overcome the barriers that Black women often face. One, access to resources and networks is an important strategy for promoting diversity and inclusion in business and finance. Also, there are various initiatives and organizations dedicated to aiding Black women entrepreneurs, such as those providing loans and investment opportunities and mentorship programs and support systems. So by increasing access to these resources, Black women can gain the support they need to start businesses or advance within their field, as well as build strong network for success. And moreover, I would say this kind of investment will create a more equitable industry where Black women can excel without systemic barriers holding them back. Two, promoting diversity and inclusion in the workplace. Another is essential strategy for creating a more equitable business and finance industry. This can involve enacting policies that foster diversity, as well as, investing in education and training programs that raise awareness of the challenges Black women face and help to shift attitude and behaviors. So by taking these steps, we can create a more welcoming environment for Black women, and we can empower them to succeed without having to endure systemic barriers. Three, advocacy and allyship. And I mentioned that before, but I'm just recapping. These are other strategies that are vital tools for fostering diversity and inclusion in business and finance. So allies and advocates can help amplify the voices of Black women, advocating on their behalf to ensure they have an equal chance at success. Additionally, these individuals can create a more inclusive environment for Black women in the workplace, helping them to thrive without navigating systemic barriers. Because by having allies and advocates in their corner, Black women professionals become empowered to make change in the industry. Placing more Black women in leadership roles has the power to change business and finance, and is another way to promote diversity and inclusion in business and finance. So this can be done through policies and programs that encourage diversity and inclusion in the workplace, as well as through initiatives and programs that give Black women the chance to learn and grow in their leadership skills. So by getting more Black women into leadership roles, we can make the industry more diverse and open to everyone. We can break down the barriers that keep Black women from reaching their full potential in the industry. And as a result, we've increased representation of marginalized groups like Black women in influential positions within the industry. We will open up endless possibilities for progress. And finally, in order to truly drive equality in business and finance, it is essential to track the progress made, because it is only then and through deliberate data analysis and regular review that we will be able to identify issues faced by Black women and develop effective solutions for genuine diversity and inclusion efforts. So by measuring success or failure of this initiative everyday movement are one step closer toward a more equitable environment. Okay, so let's wrap it up and recap what I addressed today. Today, I talk about the reality of Black women in business and finance. And I focused on 3 main points. I focused on the historical context and the challenges of Black women in business and finance. I talked about their triumphs and successes. I talk about solution and recommendation for improving equality. And as I see it, now more than ever, it is time to realize the potential Black women entrepreneurs and invest in their success by addressing persistent obstacles. We must tackle gender-based discrimination that contributes to financial burdens while increasing access to credit, access to capital, and other vital resources. And to create meaningful change, we should explore strategies for removing barriers so these businesses can thrive instead of giving everyone a chance at achieving economic equity through prosperity. So my last thought for today's show. Now is a time for us to come together and raise our voices. So let us join forces in taking decisive action so that Black women have a true seat at the business and finance tables. Because by creating meaningful and lasting change, we are opening up incredible opportunities for these amazing women. And with their vast range of knowledge and experience, they can be instrumental in driving diversity throughout these industries. So I will urge you not to resist progress, as now is a moment to blaze trails toward an inclusive environment. Well, this is all I have for you today, 47 minutes later. And as you know, I like to end my show with a quote, and here it is. The reality of Black women in finance and business may be challenging, but their achievements are a testament to their resilience, to their determination, and their leadership. So this brings us, I should say, to the end of today's Merging Life and Money episode. It was a bit long, I'm sorry, but I have to say what I have to say. I hope that you enjoyed today's show, and I totally encourage you to watch the replay. Okay, I lost my connection for a little while here. So I was just at the end of the show. So I was telling you that I will see you again next week, Thursday, Pacific Standard Time. Okay. So until then, continue merging life and money. Bye for now.